if I were to say, the most active lawmaker for the past 2 weeks, you've been on social media every day going through what is wrong with the whole oil deal up Capitol Hill, for which we see you writing here and there. I mean, when you have the ample time to explain all of the issues you have.
Okay, so my area of law is contracts, corporate negotiations, mergers and acquisitions.
Okay.
That's what I do. All right. So as a lawmaker and a lawyer, when I heard the president had presented bills to the House agreements, because one of the things everybody complained about, say, the during Ellington or
68 concession agreement.
68 bogus concession agreement.
That's right.
Okay. So I wanted to take my own time now and look at the 3 that have been submitted.
Okay.
So let me just take a look at it. The first one, of course, I picked up was Oranto. I picked up Oranto for a number of reasons. The first of which was Oranto is not new to Liberia.
Okay.
The last time Oranto was here, there was a lot of noise. In fact, the deal had to be cleaned up. There's a global witness report on it. There's a ProPublica report on it. There, Front Page Africa, other notable journalists, investigative journalists, articles have gone into this. Okay. So I wanted to know what was important about this Oranto.
Because they were here, they were not able to continue, right? And they are coming back. So you took interest in it,
right? And what was the difference this time?
Okay.
And as I began to read it, as a lawyer, it was astounding. So then I put it aside and I picked up the law, the 2016 law and the 2019 amendment.
Okay.
And so, well, then let me compare and contrast as to what is going on. The Liberian participation component, which is inserted as per law, has no legal backing or protection because the citizen participation, the mechanism, although I disagree with the law on that, but the mechanism used for citizen participation, that is, Liberians who got oil companies and what have you, want to tap into that. NOCA holds their share.
Okay.
But NOCA is not a party to the agreement, either as NOCA or as holders of citizen participation.
Okay.
Then the agreement goes to protect itself by saying no other person besides those who sign the agreement are parties to the contract. So what you have given to Liberians, in essence, is really nothing.
Let's go to the first point you raised. You said under section under 16.3 of the Oranto deal, the one that has to do with production sharing agreement. You say every cent Oranto spent to acquire the oil block will be reimbursed to him when he flips. He will get back the signing bonus, money for the data, permit money, and even the cost of the pen they use to sign, they will get back. And you said, che, what does that mean?
It's in the agreement, right? So the agreement says he pays $1.25 million in bonus.
What does the law say about the bonus?
Well, the law doesn't have a particular
fees attached.
Yes.
Okay.
But the practice, in the practice has been about $10 million per block.
Okay.
Signing bonus. Okay. So, whatever the negotiation is, they negotiated 1.25 million, right? Then it goes to say that 1.25 million is recoverable as petroleum cost. Because what happens is when they do production sharing, right? They will have to take out what they call petroleum costs first before they begin to give royalty to the government.
Wow.
So this guy the risk, because every investment is a risk. The reason why they give it to you is because you're going to make a lot of money. And the reason why you're going to make a lot of money, because you put up a lot of money up front and you invest it.
Okay.
And part of that investment is the signature bonus, which, by the way, is not due for another 120 days. You got 6 months to pay.
Wow.
Okay. Signature bonus is usually due and payable within 30 days after you sign.
That's right.
Okay, it's due immediately, but it's due within 30 days after you sign.
So even the fact that it is not going to be at 10 million that it used to be, under the previous oil concession.
It should not be a recoverable petroleum cost.
So before it was 10 million, for example, and the concessionaire will have to pay within 30 days. This time around, they brought it to 1.2 million, and they're saying they want to pay within 6 months.
Correct.
And you have issues with it.
Of course. this is a giveaway. Look, if you're gonna do that, give it to me.
Okay.
Right? Because, the total that I have seen that he will spend within the next 6 months is about 1.2 million. Let's say, let me round it or let me credit him and say 5 million.
Okay.
I can raise 5 million. Musa Ability can raise 5 million. There are a lot of other Liberians that can raise 5 million.
Okay.
Give it to us.
So your argument is if the government is willing to give a
Free deal.
you consider it free. Yeah. If they choose to give it to a foreign entity, it's better to look from within and make their own millionaires here.
Exactly. Now they will say, but you got no experience in the oil sector. People will say, because Fonati Koffa bought black, nobody will come. But if they say Oranto bought black, then people will come. Good. So let Fonati Koffa go bring Oranto, and Oranto bring the other people. So you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that the chain of money can stay in Liberia. Don't forget, Oranto owes Liberia $50 million in capital gains tax from the last sale that he hasn't paid.
And they're about to give him another contract.
Yeah, you didn't pay the last one, and you didn't say, we're coming to the business, but before we do the business, pay what you owe us on the old business.
That's why you are a lawmaker. That's why you are there.
Of course.
So, you've been like, I don't want to sound comical, but you've been updating us a lot like a blogger, especially on this entire Oriental deal. And one of our editions, we read a lot from you. And one of the things that I was looking at, you made a comparison, and that was with Ghana, where you talked about the 20 million US, second job bonus for deep water and all that. So we had a whole conversation about it. And then we get back to a point where you referenced 2016 petroleum law. And at the end of the day, you were asking where was the justice minister, because you were basically just recommending injunction at the end of the day and all that. So now we still have these things with your different updates. Therefore, we still do not trust some of the lawmakers based on how the House is now. And we have you, and maybe we have other lawmakers who are just standing firm to saying, hey, we don't want this, so maybe the deal should be cancelled, or maybe we should have to go back in our drawing board to have a new discussion again. So after all these different updates, like what happens next? Are you still going to continue just talking about it this way? Because I'm sure at the end of the day, you have a lot of other lawmakers who will look forward to having this deal signed. And Liberians, again, will be there as the bargaining chip. So basically, they're not going to benefit anything because you have maybe the executive, you have lawmakers doing one or two. So that's it.
I was happy for one thing. Today I read in the papers that the committees in charge of reviewing and reporting on this asked for more time.
Okay.
Because they said the deals are controversial and all of that. I would like to think it has to do, in a small way, our attempt to bring this thing to the public. Okay. So everybody's going to look at it again. All right. I think for all of them need to be corrected. All of them need to be, it need to be redone. But the reason why I think Oranto should not proceed is because Oranto does not have capacity.
You think so?
Yeah. He there is nowhere, if you look at all his licenses, that he's being able to drill, number one, or number two, drill in ultra deep waters, which is what we have now. The companies, Total Energy, can
because
have that capacity.
we're about to go there. We have 3 years. You want to choose to grab onto Oranto.
Yeah.
Somebody is concerned.
So
Why only Oranto?
that was the one you were not going to agree with.
Because that one shocks the conscience.
Okay.
It shocks the conscience. First, by their previous dealing. Then secondly,
Owing Liberia over 50 million and coming back to start a new deal.
Yes.
It's like I'm renting from you. I didn't pay your last rent, and I'm coming to your new apartment to want to rent it.
Well, you say it better than I.
Yeah.
So this one shocks the conscience. I'm telling you, this is one which I think we should tell him thanks but no thanks, right? The others are things where I think it was poor lawyering in here. I'm not going to blame it. I don't know who represented the government as a lawyer in there, but I think it's poor lawyering.
Okay.
So some of the language we can tweak, we can control. If the law says 10% and there's a justifiable reason why we have to reduce it in a ratification agreement to 5%, it must specifically state so because that's 5% benefit to you and 5% negative to the country.
Okay.
So the country got to know how much we gave up in order to get this deal.
You did a comparison with Ghana. And as you are criticizing the deal, there are other folks who are criticizing you as well. They are saying, Councillor Koffa cannot keep, comparing us with Ghana when we do not know our production capacity. They are saying Ghana is currently producing. For us, we're still in exploration, mode. So your comparison was kind of unfair to the very negotiation.
At the time Ghana signed for the Jubilee arrangement, they too were exploring. They had not. They were at the same stage we are now. Okay. Later on, they had some hits and some not.
Okay.
Okay, but at the time they signed it, sure. Now, they were at the same. We were comparing apples to apples when you compare it to Ghana.
Okay.
Because that was at the same point. I'm not comparing to Ghana now. I'm comparing at the time they first got into their own.
The communication you jointly wrote with Representative Musa Beledi, you raised some crucial issues. We were kind of wondering as to what maybe the reasons behind you wanting to know, for example, who are Oranto Liberian lawyers. Why do you want to know who their Liberian lawyers are?
Because it is important that these are all things. When I read the agreement and the agreement looks so bad, I gotta say either there was no lawyer, okay, or the lawyer got problem. Okay, so a front page reporter, I think the lawyer for Total is also the lawyer for
the government.
Yeah. So when you see those kind of things, that problem. It's problem. So that's why we ask these kind of questions. Who are these lawyers? When I read about who are these lawyers? Because there is an agreement that violates in all its tenets the laws of Liberia. So was there a Liberian lawyer at the table that said, look, we can't do this by our law? You see what I'm saying? So that's what we want to know.
You're also asking for their Liberian partners. I mean, is it compulsory for the foreign oil company to have Liberian partners?
No, it's not compulsory, but for full disclosure, it's important to know who the partners are.
Okay.
Right? Because, for example, say I'm speaker and I'm a shareholder in Oranto. Okay. Don't you think that's important for the public to know? So I recuse myself.
Are you suspecting that there may be government officials who are?
I don't know. Okay. But I just want the full disclosure.
Do you have a copy of the current agreement? I mean, the current proposed. Oh, you brought it.
Yes, that's it right here.
Okay.
God, I didn't want anybody to come and say the thing he's talking are true, right? I've cited chapter and verse for every problem I have with this agreement.
So
before you come in, what are you going to be pushing for? To redo it, or Oranto, pack your bags. You owe 50 million. You ain't paid yet. We don't want. Do you want to redo it, or you just want to find a new client?
Look, I said yesterday to a friend of mine in the government, and he laughed and said, "Let's give him a finder's fee arrangement. Finder's fee is the sector, you are respected in the sector, you know the kind of people who will want to come. Go bring them who can do this thing, and we'll give you 20% of what we make."
Because you don't trust his capacity to
he doesn't have the capacity. It's not whether I trust it or not. He doesn't have it. If someone can show me where, in fact, in Senegal, in May, his license was under threat to be revoked. Okay? I mean, he has a history, of getting blocks and trying to flip them, and they can't flip the holding the licenses. So all I'm saying is, Oranto is a good flipper.
Okay.
Give them a finder's fee agreement, let them come, and let's do business that way.
Did the government provide any reason to you, the lawmakers, as to why they thought to reduce the signing, fees from 10 million to 1.2?
Unfortunately, I'm not on the committee, and I haven't seen any notification of committee hearing, and they haven't come to the floor. One government official who called me said, "Look, the oil companies are reluctant to pay such a high fee, especially in a situation where we're just fishing, where it's speculative whether there's oil there."
Okay.
So we thought by giving them an incentive, by reducing the signature bonus, Okay, so it makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, so to reduce from 10 to 1.2?
No, not to 1.2. It makes sense to reduce it.
Okay.
I disagree with the 1.2 number.
Okay.
Okay. So the approach of reducing it because you want to incentivize them, or because signature bonuses were going down for fields like Liberia's, it makes sense. Then you have to give me the logic as to why it's 1.2. Not only that, you got to show me the logic as to why it is recoverable.
So I think this is, of course, it's very controversial, by the way, and
It shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be, but it is, unfortunately. There are Liberians who are gullible, and I'm saying this not to look down. It happens in every society, and in as much as you have continuously shared different updates on this deal, how it is not really adding up at a certain point in time, there are still people who wouldn't understand it, so they would have to politicize it, given that you're from the other side of the river. So they would think that you just want to have this deal to not push through.
So the rescue government will not have the money to do the project they want
what
to
they're
do.
supposed to do. That you're being political. That's why you're vocal about this, and you're just explaining about this like every now and then. So people are out there, they don't understand exactly how, I don't want to say how bad, but how controversial this deal is, and if the right thing is not done, I don't know if the Liberians wouldn't benefit. So what's the best way you can put it for people who are out there listening, Liberians who think that you're just being political about it? That's why you're just going behind, just talking about this is this and that is that and all that. So what do you want to say to them?
Okay, so if I wanted rescue to fail, I would not have worked with them when I was speaker. I would have been an obstructionist, which I wasn't.
Okay.
If I wanted rescue to fail, I wouldn't oppose only one of the 3 agreements that were submitted. I told them, look, I'll give you Total, I'll give you Avenue. There may be some problems with those agreements, but these are solid investments. We can correct the few things that are done. But this agreement is very bad. Let me show you with my post today, which any layman will understand, right? So, this agreement is between the Republic of Liberia and Oranto Petroleum Limited.
Right.
I searched the business registry and there is nothing like Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited. What is there is Oranto Petroleum Limited, which is a BVI, a British Virgin Island company that was incorporated, that was registered in Liberia in 2010, I guess for the purpose of doing the 2012 flipping, right? Okay. So that is not the same company. In corporations, every corporation is an individual person.
That's right.
So you cannot be her and she cannot be you.
Okay.
Right? So I can find at the business registry this Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited. It doesn't mean it's not going to show up tomorrow. Right? So I'm not going to bank on that. So because Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited, you can guess, doesn't have anything. Right? I mean, they say they are Rose Garden Plaza. I'm sure you go to Rose Garden Plaza, you won't see no oil equipment there, right? There's maybe not much there. Maybe the most they may have is a vehicle also, but they do not have an active operations in Liberia. Okay. Toronto Petroleum Liberia Limited. So the agreement says, we want your parent. Okay, the most government and corporation will say, okay, look, we understand for purposes of domesticating your thing, you open a Liberian company, but we want your parent to guarantee this deal. Okay. And that's what they said. Okay. So we go now to the guarantee section of the deal.
Because you were asking for some kind of, I mean, was it 30 billion or 3 billion, I mean, having access to
that's a pre-qualification. Okay. Apparently they threw that out the window. Okay. So forget pre-qualification, we want you come. Because the man didn't even buy data, right? He didn't even pay for the data. Total Energy paid 3.5 million. Here is the deal. You're going to make a deal to drill in an area, and you don't even want to know, your geologists don't want to know whether the area likely have oil.
From the way we see it, it appears like what is being proposed, from the executive to Oranto, is almost free. Why do you think, you're a politician, you're a lawyer, former speaker, what are you suspecting from the angle of the executive branch of government? Do you think something, against the interests of the country is happening? What are your thoughts?
No, so I won't speculate. Right. Let's just go by the facts.
Okay.
Right? The deal has problems. The executive will have to explain themselves why they submitted it.
Okay.
So let me finish this one about the guarantor, right? So Oranto, the big Oranto, the real Oranto, has to guarantee.
The mother company.
Yeah, has to guarantee this one, right? Yeah, it's a guarantee agreement. Oranto is not listed. The amount they guarantee, you see the blanks? That where numbers are supposed to be.
Maybe
in a total agreement,
maybe
this last number here is 40 million.
Maybe it is blank because it is your copy. Apparently, the copy before the speaker, there are names there.
Okay, so then why my copy has the signature of the government? You know, their signatures here.
That's what it is. So Oranto, Liberia is not included, on the list of those who they are providing the guarantee for.
There's no guarantee.
Okay.
To this Oranto Liberia agreement. There's no guarantee because nobody signed anything. And nobody is named. No numbers are given to which the person guaranteed. If you see total own of agreement, it ranges from 3 million to 40 million. Okay. In guarantee. Right?
We don't see same for the Oranto.
Okay, they said this is Oranto thing. Who signed it? Whose name is there? Nobody.
I'm saying by blank.
Yes.
And the rest of it is good you're displaying it before the camera.
Because people say Liberians don't like to read. And I guess maybe that's part of it. Yeah. That we don't like to read. So you take these people, you say, what are the agreement? Yeah, okay. Who all for it? Who all against it?
There's a reason why the folks place the ratification power in the perimeter of the lawmakers. Now you are the only person, maybe Representative Musa Belete and a few others. Why are you people not eager? Why are the other lawmakers not hungry? To open up this law, to flag the discrepancy and whatever the situation is. Why are they not doing it?
No, but I as I told you before, I can't say they're not hungry. Everybody deal with these things in their own way.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Because the committee did request that based on what they are receiving and what they are hearing, they need additional time. So that maybe time to look. Let's explore this thing further because based on everything we're getting now, they may not be as it looks.
Okay.
Okay. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt on that.
From practice, after the committee's operation, they will come to plenary for decisions to be taken.
True.
Now, this is where you're going to come in. You are almost like the John the Baptist, seeking to have this deal cleared. For the Liberian people to benefit. Are you reaching out to other lawmakers?
Yes.
What are they saying?
Everybody's concerned. One person I haven't reached out to, for example, is Senator Conner. But Senator Conner read the agreement over the weekend and said it requires substantial inquiry. Other lawmakers are pulling back. Now, Senator Duncan, Senator McGill was the first to come out and say, look, we need to take a look at this thing. Maybe everybody don't have the radical approach, which is throw it away, but at least let's look at it and see if we can reform it. I think the greater sense from a lot of the lawmakers will be, let's see if we can fix it. Okay. I don't think it's fixable because the first thing with the contract is he must have the capacity. And if he doesn't have, if he has the capacity and he's trying to do his best and for some reason he's losing his shirt and he said, look, I got to give this thing up and he flips it, that's genuine. But to go into an agreement with the idea that this guy is going to flip it, so let's just do anything, it's not fair.
So you see him as a middleman instead of he being the real investor, from your own assessment.
Of course.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move to other issues, but before we run to those issues, the Total agreement was signed in Paris. I'm told it's going to come back to you people. Have you started reading it?
Total?
The Total Energy, concession. Have you folks, started reading it?
It's already submitted to me. I've seen it.
Did you read through to identify any issues, or you're only concerned about Ato Easy?
No, it has the same problems. Most of the same problems. A lot of the same problems as Oranto. Okay. So here is my difference. I don't want an investor that want to come to the country.
Okay.
Here is my issue. The reason why I think Total can be fixed is because Total has the capacity to do the work, right? So then we got to look down and say, okay, let's make sure we tailor this agreement to the law. For example, the guarantee section, okay, that is blank in the Oranto agreement is completely filled out in the Total agreement.
Okay.
The only thing missing in the Total agreement is the actual signature, but I know what the agreement, I know who the guarantor is.
Did you see the signing bonus for the Total Energy?
Oh, that's a good question. No, I haven't gone that far yet.
Okay, beyond that particular one of your critics said, this is bitterness other than legality. They think you're bitter, you lost the speakership,
so
you are angry because you are not the one presiding over the oil deal. I mean, you would have loved to hold the gavel and say, hey, committee, come here, what do you say about the deal? All those in favor say, yeah, I mean, they think you're bitter.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with bitterness. It has everything to do with access.
Okay.
All right? So if our speaker, I can call the Minister of Justice, I can call the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in my office and say, look, we need to look at it because it's not correct.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then tell them, you fix it before you bring it back. Right? I can do that. I cannot do that as a backbencher. Okay? So my only access as a backbencher is to the public to say, hey, look, this thing is not correct.
I mean, so some folks are saying you're only doing this thing to buy public sentiment because you would have gone to the speaker office. I mean, that's your old office. I mean, close your eye, you can pass all in the corner, you know the place. You would have gone to him and say, look, Bo, this is what it brought to you. I don't think we should proceed. Send it back. You would have done those things behind the scene instead of coming to the public. Why didn't you choose to go to Speaker Cohen and bring these things to him? I mean, I know a tradition where lawmakers are asked to come to the table, approach the bench, you go there. I mean, that relationship exists. Why don't you explore it?
No. So, as I said, because the agreement shocked the conscience.
Okay.
And I haven't gone to Bo's office. I wrote a letter that went on the floor.
Okay.
And based on the letter I put on the floor, I decided, in addition to this, I need to educate the public too a little bit more.
Okay.
Because again, tomorrow they will say we'll pass 68 bogus concession agreement. So let me educate the public a little bit more. So if it passed, and after it passes and the repercussions come, people will say, oh, but the same thing Koffa was saying.
We're in 2025. You are a representative. We're leaving the oil situation, except you have something else on that oil thing you want to talk about?
No.
Okay, fine. So we're in 2025. Before you know it, we're going to be in 2026, then 27, then the next electoral fever start to build up. Where is Councillor Koffa going to be? There information circulating. He will be senator for Monrovia. No. He will go back Grand Crew to be senator. No. He will not contest. What is it from your angle? What will happen to you in 2029?
How do I know? Only God knows that. My plan, okay, is to do everything I can to make sure the CDC returns to power. My plan is not to individually run in an election that will see me to Capitol building.
So you will not be
as a representative or a senator. You know, that's my plan. That's my desire. I so wish that God does not impose on me the return to Capitol building.
What if he does?
I mean, he can fight again.
Yeah, I would argue.
So
no, that is not my plan. My plan is not.
So even if
before I started the 2023 campaign in Grand Crew, I said this is my last campaign.
Oh.
I told them.
Oh, you told the people your last campaign
and they thought I was playing. You know, some people thought I was playing. But I think it's setting in now to a lot of people that was my last campaign as a lawmaker. Now, then you say the Senate. So why should I leave Grand Crew and can't run in Monrovia?
You will not be the first person.
I'm from Grand Crew. I'm a crew boy. That's where my heart is. If I want to be senator or represent people, I'm not coming to represent all the high-head people in Monrovia County. I will be in Grand Crew. I'd rather my high-head people in Grand Crew than the high-head people in Monrovia County. But, my plan is not to go, run for office in Grand Crew. I want to be able to go to South Side in the future.
In 2017?
And let the children climb the coconut tree, break the coconut tree, I drink the water and eat it.
You didn't declare yourself, a candidate in 2017. You were petitioned by your people. I follow that. they're going to come up to you one day and say, we didn't enjoy you. We still want you, but this time at another level. I know you said you want to tailor it on God, but they could come and say, look, maybe you were represented, so you were quarantined to a particular district, although you were reaching out to other districts, but we want you from the county level. Where you look at the crew people, the Cllr people, the Garaway people, and say, I don't want to be.
Yeah.
You would do that.
Yeah, I would do that.
So what if God is speaking through them?
That's good.
So the Holy Spirit will speak for us?
Yeah.
Okay. So
anyway.
the former president and political leader of the CDC appointed you to steer the
I'm supposed to ask
affairs.
that question because of your boss name.
To steer the affairs of the headquarters
The
building.
Gathering Committee beneath.
Of course.
You are the chairman. You broke ground. Where are we? What is the situation? We saw people fencing the land, getting it prepared for construction. What is it? The people want to know what is the status of their headquarters project.
Okay, so the contractor is in town.
Okay.
He arrived yesterday. And we spoke to the first thing we need to do, which is our part of the contract, is to provide water and light to the site, which is what we're trying to do this week. Once we do that, excavation is going to start, even while he's pursuing the permitting process. So you're going to see...
No. I mean, you want to come with that straight because you
You
said...
talked about permits just now, right?
You said excavation will start while he's pursuing the permit. So he will start digging while he's looking for permit?
No, so...
What if you don't get it?
He will get it. But it's possible. Once you're not putting it on structure,
Okay.
you can begin to do your digging and doing your layout.
Okay.
The only thing they will not allow you to do is pour concrete.
Okay.
So rather than wait, we thought that it's best he start to proceed.
Okay, why you pursue the permit and so forth?
Right.
So, former President George Monrovia promised to have this headquarters delivered in record time. I like that part, basically in record time. So, when do citizens expect to have this? I know you're on the permit part, and you said, of course, you guys are going to get it at the end of the day. So, when do citizens see?
I think we're very open and honest with our participants to tell them a year and a half.
You are in the legislature.
He led the legislature.
You
There
know,
is-
than one thing.
No, I mean, if I have to,
Obviously.
maybe. There's this issue with the structures being built in Lofa County. You are not
The
representing.
$10 million.
$10 million
that the government can explain who's paying for it.
There are too many.
It
many
doesn't have an
issues.
owner, and no one knows exactly.
What's your take? Is there a communication for any of your colleagues? Inviting the authorities to come and provide clarity to that. If not, what are your thoughts?
I'm not sure there's communication from that this issue has gone to the floor. I doubt if it will. I myself, particularly.
You doubt if it will?
Well,
Why is it so?
unless I raise it or ability or one of the members of the
Rule of law
caucus,
caucus.
Wow.
it's not going to make it to the floor. This is
So it's the legislature that way now.
Then it's what-
that
I mean,
you need a special group of people to raise a certain number of issues to have it discussed.
You
or what?
missed something.
Okay.
Speaker Cohn said on more than one occasion, I am a regime speaker. This is a regime villa.
That's why you people
You
are the
think the
rule
regime-
lawmakers.
This is a regime villa. You think the regime will want to put its villa business on the floor? No. And there is power in controlling the agenda. Okay, you can write a letter, and I can tell the clerk, look, hold that letter, I will talk to the lawmaker. I've done it several times. The letter come that I wasn't too pleased with. I'll say, look, hold that letter, let me go talk to that lawmaker, and I'll go talk to the lawmaker and convince him to drop that thing.
So why don't you people write the letter?
Just for record.
Inviting the folks, and let it be that the speaker, decide not to put it on the floor.
That's an excellent question. I was busy with Orlando and other things. I'll consider it.
Yes, please.
Because again, you do these things. People say, oh, he bitter, he vexed, he angry, and all of that. So I encourage my colleagues so we can, do a division of labor.
So the house is already divided. You have rule of law. Obviously, we know the members, and then you have just the other group. So
The
if
majority block.
I don't like to call them that, but yeah, majority.
And at the end of the day, we will expect that the House will be
Yes.
united. You
Because-
as a I mean, a former speaker, and they're still a pivotal.
No, but I
Exactly.
disagree. You know why you want a united house?
Okay, okay.
If you have a united house, then it will be so say one, so say
We
all.
don't want a united house.
No, what we mean? What we
A
trying to?
functioning house.
Thank you.
Where there will be mutual understanding, because during the heat of the speakers debate,
Sure.
I mean, you have the rule of law and the majority, here and there.
Sure.
Is that gap, closing? Do you guys see eye to eye these days? Let me just narrow the question down. Was there a point in time you went back to your office to go see Bo? I mean, forget about Oranto.
Have you met him since you went back on the floor as a
There is a
regular?
tradition where lawmakers will
As a
walk up to
regular
the speaker
lawmaker.
office to say, "Oh, speaker, long live the speaker. We come to see you to compare notes." Have you gone up to your former office to go and see Bo and say, "Long live the speaker"?
No.
Why?
I never had a reason to.
Wow.
Never did. Yeah.
I mean, from the way you sound, somebody will think you still got issues.
I will always have issues. I think what happened was wrong and illegal, but that doesn't stop me from doing my work.
Okay.
And I have a situation. I'm a person who try to maintain the space that I'm comfortable in.
Okay.
When people don't want me in their space, I don't impose myself in their space.
There was this issue about, why you were still speaker. There were, funds, resources given to somebody who was not the speaker at the time.
Mm-hmm.
When the person became speaker, it means you were functioning in your legitimate space.
Mm-hmm.
The government owe you.
Mm-hmm.
The government pay you.
No,
Why?
Why?
they will pay. No one.
Are you making frontier ever for them
There's
to
a
pay?
3-year statute of limitation,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
So I have 3 years to sue. I will sue before the statute ends, and then in 2029 I will pay.
So I would like to go back. I don't want to say a united house.
Yeah,
I'd like to ask
quickly before
my dad
we-
what united house,
before-
even though I'm not there.
Before we go,
So this $10 million villa is something that has been trending for a long time, and no one wants to own it.
Right.
No one wants to accept that. Oh yeah, I know about this. Everybody's just like basically just. I think it is this. I think it is that, and I mean, you're basically treating Liberians as fools, and I know Liberians are not. So Liberians want to know more about that. So I'm just asking you, as a Liberian, please make some effort for us to understand this whole thing. Just the status of it. Who is really financing this project? Who owns this project? Because people don't know about it. So we don't need a united house for that. But I think we need people who have just mutual understanding and to be able to represent this country entirely. So I won't say this because people decide.
I agree with you, and not just only as an ordinary person, as a lawmaker, it should trigger my curiosity. It's not that I have been curious. It's not to the point where I have initiated, because I myself been trying to get the answers from and see the contradictions on this $10 million villa in FOIA. Okay. As to why FOIA, what's the purpose, who are the funders, and all those kind of issues that need to be raised. But in my mind, I think all is not lost in terms of the answers, because it's an ongoing project. Okay, and so at some point in the very near future, that is going to come to the forefront.
before we go to the lines and so forth, the visa extension situation, how did you receive that news?
3 years.
I didn't receive it any way different, because it's cheaper for the people who already will get the visa. That means instead of going there every year and get my visa renewed now and pay $160, now I will pay, so you can divide that 160 by 3, because that 160 now will carry me for 3 years.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that the people who were never getting visa are going to get visa.
So
The rate is 90% of the people who apply will don't get visa.
Be denied.
That 90% will still be denied, right? This is not a visa waiver.
So it is not.
When you won't see me dancing, say the United States announced visa waiver for Liberians. You know what I mean? I mean, you get.
I mean, that's the number of
I agree with you.
Empty.
So We are already, listen, Liberia had already given them 3 years.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's only right in diplomatic circle that
You reciprocate.
you reciprocate.
Of course.
So when they came to Liberia and said, look, we need you to take this guy, Liberia reminded them, yeah, we don't want to take him, but we have this issue of reciprocity that you are not following.
Okay.
They say, okay, fine. You can have it.
Just have it 50-50.
I know Liberia and America, but by the time they say America, everybody
Yeah,
gets happy. But it actually means nothing.
Because there's this entire news, there are people who said the government said they property there to go apply so they can check with America one time because it was not really explained properly.
Yes, and again, because you have a 3-year entry, multiple entry, it does not mean
You're not
that
going
you
to see
can go
all
to
the
America and stay there for 3 years.
No.
Okay.
When you get there, you have about 6 months on a visitor's visa to be in the United States and depart. Otherwise, they will revoke your visa, okay, and you will not be able to return to the United States.
Before we go to the lines, quickly, when was the last time you spoke to the political leader of your party, the former president?
I spoke to him Sunday before he left.
Okay. Sunday before he left. Okay. All right. So the reason for that is because their information across social media, people are parading with some gossip that the former president went for treatment. When you spoke to him, what was his condition?
But the former president was fine. That is patently untrue.
Okay.
I don't, if the former president had an issue, some of us will know and will be told. It's not something he's going to hide from the public, right? So I'm not going to listen to some guy, I forgot which country he's in, who say people call him from Ghana to tell him that the former president. No. So the former president didn't go there for that. He has multiple engagements,
Okay.
especially with the FIFA issue and some other personal and political engagements, right?
Okay.
So Ghana is just a transit point. As you know, he has a house in Ghana. So it's easier to just jump on the plane rather than come to find the 7 o'clock flight to get on it every time you have to travel. Once he finishes all these engagements, he comes back to Liberia as a base.
Okay, he's a representative councillor Fonati Koffa.
I will never get used to that. I'm sorry.
Okay, he's the lawmaker from Grand Crew County District number 2. We asked all of the questions we had. We're going to go to you, the public, all right, to give you the opportunity to ask the representative those things that we were unable to ask here on the platform. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll open up the lines for a couple of minutes, maybe between 5 to 7, 8, 10 minutes to take calls. Then we go back to the lawmaker for his response. Let's take this quick break to be right back.
Yeah, hello. I want to talk about violence. Mob violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the sort of landicide justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we have seen recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
Okay, we want peace in Liberia. Quickly, let's go to the lines and talk to our people. 086-500-104, 086-500-104, 0776, 104 are the numbers to join locally. For those of you outside Liberia, you can join us on +231 86-500-104. I repeat, +231 86-500-104 is the number for those of you outside of the country to join us, and let's have your input on the conversation. The Honorable Councillor Jonathan Fonati Koffa is our guest. He has been talking about the Oranto deal, the CDC headquarters, and several other issues. Again, he said the deal is either taken back or real scrutiny done so that it will reflect the interests of the Liberian people. Join the conversation. Let's see who is this first person on the line. Okay, go ahead. This person, how are you? How you doing? Hello. Okay, we're great. Where are you from Canada? Let's hear you, sir.
My question to you also, with regards to all the regulation, well, all Christian to we take now, or should the agreement be cancelled, investigated, or renegotiated?
Okay.
And you support a public inquiry into such a deal or
Will you support public hearing? I mean, that's exactly what it is. Okay, thank you very much. Let me leave you right there and talk to this other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Emmanuel from Rhode Island, USA. Let's hear your email.
What is action towards what is
Okay. You want to know the status of the case where John Yanti and the rest of the folks are in prison?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's go and talk to this other person on the line. Hello, let's talk to this person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Hello, okay.
How are you, ma'am? Let's hear you.
This is from Fancy.
Go ahead.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, but I happen to hear you, and I happen the way I hear your voice you did not be clear when. But one advice I have to give you is, because Cllr will ask you a question of entering in the case speaker office. Please, before you work, go to your office, do your work, and I don't want for you to follow without my office. You want to know where you can teach it.
Okay.
Why you say about you not coming when I start with petition to be our senator?
In which country? In which country? Monrovia or Grand Cruz? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's go back. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Thank you. This is Christopher Quinn. I'm joining from Battlefield Bank Sunday.
Go ahead, Christopher. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. So I'd like to appreciate our own. We're calling our own because we send there to represent the people of Bank County. And we want to appreciate him for his fight at national scene. We want to continue to pray for you. We want to encourage you that the grateful people, especially the people from Electoral District number 2, they are in solidarity with you, Pastor Koffa. We want to keep courage, keep fighting for the grateful people, and we are anticipating your arrival, as like you said, to come to spend the Christmas with us. We will be highly welcome.
Okay.
And the reception will be highly helpful.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
Good evening. Okay.
Let's hear you, my brother. Quickly, no time.
My name is Eric Smith. I'm calling from Cllr.
Go ahead.
The honorable speaker for at least talking everything that in the interest of the Latin people. But I have one question for the honorable speaker. The one is read on, you said that in 2016, petroleum laws paragraph 21.1 state that petroleum agreement shall be filed for a maximum period of 7 years. So my question to the honorable speaker is, why the government is giving all the things concerning the year? Is there any correction that is pending on that stuff?
Okay.
That question.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the other person. Go ahead. He's taking note. Let's hear you. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Let me say, my name is Eugene S. Jobu Jr. and I call you from Capital Bypass.
Go ahead, Eugene.
And let me say hi to the former speaker. But Two questions, okay. And the law that represent my country and my district, I come from Tuko.
That's not a question. That's not a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm protesting, I've been following the Facebook post. My question is, it's just a recommendation that we need to also update us as audience on the issue of the contract, the road contract, the million road contract that was submitted to the house. I'm hearing, we to take a stand to put you on the page.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The issue has to do with the drug issue in our county, in Greater County. I want to know if, if intervention.
Okay, the drugs issue, you want to know is intervention. Let's talk to the person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Man CC.
Hi, okay.
We're great, Man CC. The speaker is here today.
Thank you for the speaker. Pleasure. Hearing that speaker.
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for me. I was a dynamic speaker. The speaker say my brother is after I get asked, I will ask you for it. Who were basically put their ground, I was children already behind back. I'm only quite like you talk with a friendly. Two, the very focus is you, ability. What are they with this? So, to discuss it, what do I do with you, your position? And three, I want to be for me. They do love people. I'm not saying you. I'm seeing you on the ground, but you're not looking for to talk to me with you. I'm your husband to do with you.
Okay, Man CC. Okay, Man CC. We leave you right there, Man CC. Let's leave you and talk to the person. Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly. No time. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.